We're staying with the Senate's approval of a 6 months extension for the implementation of the 2022 Supplementary Appropriation Act. The implementation year, which was amended to lapse on the 30th of June, has now been extended to the 31st of December to allow for the full implementation of the 819 billion naira supplementary budget for the rehabilitation of roads and bridges affected by the flood situation across the country last year. Our correspondent Tijesu Adeoye reports.
A special emergency session in the Nigerian Senate, and time is of the essence in the life of the 9th National Assembly.
Mr. President, with all due respect, I didn't see anything urgent here that would not have waited to Tuesday.
We were all a bit surprised when we received this notice. I had to call you at odd hours last night.
Lawmakers are at plenary on Saturday morning to make critical amendments to some fiscal bills as requested by the federal government. As they proceed with the day's business, the Senate suspend in Standing Rule 78, subsection 1, to expressly consider and pass the bills. The first is the amendment of the 819 billion naira 2022 Supplementary Appropriation Act to allow for an extension of its implementation from the 30th of June 2023 to the 31st of December 2023. The time extension is to allow for a full implementation of the supplementary budget, which was passed to mitigate the effect of the 2022 flood situation across some parts of the country.
Given the critical importance of some key projects nearing completion, requesting a further extension of the expiration clause in 2022 Supplementary Appropriation Bill and the long title and explanatory memorandum of is expedient.
Majority of what is in that Appropriation Act, Supplementary Appropriation Act, are roads and bridges that were destroyed by the annual flood that we had in 2023, largely, and 2022.
Another critical amendment was done on the CBN Act to increase the total CBN Ways and Means advances to the federal government from 5% to a maximum of 15%. This amendment will give the federal government more leverage and access to emergency loans from the central bank.
15% for Ways and Means is quite high. Again, is it for this government or for the incoming? And then, of course, the issue of securitization still comes in.
Given that this is how the government has been run, it's obvious that leaving it at that 5% will only create fiscal problems.
I don't think we should allow the kind of thing that happened from 2016 to 2023, accumulating this kind of ways and means without the checks that are necessary.
In justifying the urgency of the emergency session, the Nigerian Senate says these critical amendments are very necessary as it is of national interest and also to enable the smooth operation of the executive and a successful transition of government. The Senate adjourned plenary to Tuesday, the 30th day of May 2023. Tijesu Adeoye, TVC News, Abuja.